scoop that out and serve it on top of pasta.
Cooking the chicken separate from the pasta and then just...
Hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, that was the intro for this episode 5. Talking about chicken parmesan. Welcome back to Food Talk with Dante and Jerry. We're talking chicken parmesan. Do you use breadcrumbs or do you use cornflakes?
Ew.
You never heard of people using cornflakes for breadcrumbs? I've seen it somewhere. Somebody uses breadcrumbs for something. I'm not sure.
I've seen them, but not for chicken parm. I've never seen that before.
Then what are you seeing them use it for?
I can do it. Dump and bake chicken in chicken parm.
Some of that hot dump dust.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So I mean, technically, it's not really chicken parm, but let's just look because you're gonna be eating this for dinner.
I can't see it. Which one? This? Oh, it's the whole thing. Chicken parmesan casserole.
It's not really a casserole though.
This is a casserole. And what is this on the side here? Is that the picture you have for me?
Let me see.
This picture, and I'm like... That's the picture. That's such little respect that you have for me.
What are you talking
Down in the left-hand corner there. What picture is that?
What are you talking about? That's the picture you chose for Pinterest.
Oh, that's a Pinterest thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's what my picture looks like on Pinterest?
Yeah. The one you chose.
Oh, God. Oh, hang on. I didn't know that.
I think this will be okay.
Episode 5 off to a great start, by the way. Haven't introduced what I'm going to talk about at all.
And then you just serve it on top of your pasta like that.
I guess. Where's the sauce at? There's no sauce on it.
What are you talking about? The sauce is right here.
I didn't see it.
Look, please look again.
It's just cooked. It's fine. Okay. Jerry's in a Sunday funk right now because we have to go back to work tomorrow. That's mostly what it is. It's 5 o'clock on a Sunday. She's got that Sunday funker down. Sunday funker down. Sunday funker down. Sunday funker down. Okay, but hello. I'm Dante. That is Jerry. This is the podcast about everything. This is episode 1075-63. And today, I think it's been a long enough time. I'm going to give my review on A Quiet Place, a movie about Jim leaving Pam, having babies with his real wife, and then those babies growing up to be incredible dummies. Just mind-numbing, breathtaking dummies. Movie starts out 2000. I guess it's 2018. I didn't look at the pictures or the papers, but it's 2000. Let's say it's 2018, and it's 82 days after whatever those things. I'm gonna call them slashoids. After the slashoids have landed, emerged, been grown in a government test tube facility, and Jim is walking. What was his name in the movie?
Do we know?
I don't think there was a name for him. I'm gonna say his name was Jim. Her name was Emily because I don't know the real names. Oldest girl was Kate. Middle child was Jacob, and the youngest child was Ben. So they're all walking through. You see, there's nobody around. It's like post-apocalyptic sort of, I guess. I guess these things brought about the apocalypse. I don't know. It's post-apocalyptic. Nobody can figure out what's going on with them. They're walking through a drugstore or something like that, and little Ben, son of a bitch, dum-dum, is walking around. Or he's not even walking. He's running around barefoot through the whatever, the grocery store, delicatessen, or whatever that thing was. And his bigger sister, Kate, she's, I guess, looking for him, maybe? And then Mom, Jim, and Emily, they're with little Jacob, son of a bitch, and he's sitting there, he's looking like he's got some sort of what was wrong with him? Did they say?
I think he just was sick.
Because he looked like he was having some sort of attack when they were when they were sitting there, because he was sitting there and he was breathing all hard and he was sweating, and then she gave him a pill or something, and then all of a sudden he was fine. But then little dummy dumb, I'm just gonna call him little dum dum because I don't even want to say his name. Little dum dum, the youngest dum dum, is climbing up the side of a shelf because he sees a spaceship or something up top. And I gotta tell you, he almost got everybody killed if oldest kid dum dum doesn't come over there and save the day. Pretty much, that movie would have been 5 minutes tops if she didn't stop that little thing from hitting the ground. So, Dad comes over. He's like, "Hey, little dum dum, you see where we live at." Backstory: the Slashoids are attracted by sound. What?
They're called Slashoids?
That's what I'm calling them.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Do you have a better name for them?
Nah.
No?
Do you?
I'm going to call them Slashoids. The Slashoids, they hear by sound. They have like these plates all over their bodies that are impervious to like stabbings or bullets or... They didn't try fire. I didn't see anybody try fire. They didn't say that.
Remember, he had the fire on a stick.
Who had the fire on a stick?
That didn't happen, Jim?
No.
Jim Halpert?
Yes, Jim Halpert. What I like to think happened is Jim... I don't like to think this happened because it's going to sound pretty bad. But Jim Jim is with Pam and the kids. His two little previous baby sons of bitches. They all die because they're dum-dums. And then Jim's like, "Oh, crap, I'm freaking alone." He meets up with this girl. They have all these kids. I don't know. That's just what I like to think happened. But that's probably not what happened. So back to the store. They're in the store. The stupid kid, Dad's like, "Hey, dum-dum, you realize where we live. These things are attracted by sound. You can't have this. You can't have it. Okay? It makes noise. I have to take the batteries out. I'm going to set them carefully on the counter. Don't take it. We're leaving." They're leaving. They walk through their little trail of sand that they have to take everywhere because I guess they all got gross, gnarly feet and they just be slapping the ground like, I don't know, slapping your belly or something like that.
Their steps silent.
But if you're walking on pavement, is it going to like, do they got like long toenails and they're slapping against the pavement? If you're walking slow.
But then you gotta like think of all the things on the ground that you could crunch over top of. Except there's like that hefty layer of sand over top of that. You ain't gotta worry about that so much.
That's true. That's true. Okay, I'll give you that. But okay, they're leaving, and then oldest baby son of a bitch is like, "You know what, little baby son of a bitch? Dad said don't have this, but guess what? You take it. You take it. You have it. Don't tell Dad about it." And you think little baby son of a bitch would be cool about this and be like, "Mwah," and be like, "Hey, okay, she did me a solid. She said I could keep it. We're gonna hide this behind Dad's back." But you know what he does? Do you know what little baby son of a bitch does? They're walking through the forest. Be careful.
Thank you, I love you.
Love you. They're walking through the forest. Close the door, please. They're walking through the forest, and then close all the way. Thank you. They're walking through the forest, and then little baby son of a bitch not only does he take the toy, he takes the batteries, put the batteries back in the toy, and then he turns the thing on in the woods. They're walking through the woods, and he decides to turn on the astronaut toy. And I'm thinking to myself, the kid's got to be at least, I want to say, I want to say at least 7. He's at least 7 because the way the mom was talking after this, which we'll get to down the road, the way she was talking after this, she was like, "I could have held him in my arms. I could have held him and carried him, and then none of this would have happened." Yeah, okay, you probably could have done that. Or your little kid could be smart enough to realize that, guess what? We live in a world where sound is death. And this kid just put on a freaking rock concert in the middle of the freaking woods and he got himself killed because they're walking over a bridge. Dad's in front, followed by... I didn't get this either. If you're walking and there's all these slashoids out. Why would you walk in front and have your entire family behind you? Let's say one of them makes a noise behind you. Why would you want? Doesn't make sense. Dad's in front, followed by Emily, followed by oldest baby son of a bitch, youngest. He decides to let the thing go. It's like bleed, 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 bleed. It's probably not that, but bleed, 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 bleed. And then you see from off in the distance somewhere that something's starting to move, and I'm talking about it starts booking for this little kid. And what I don't seem to understand is this little kid knows, like I keep saying, knows that sound is bad. He knows that sound is going to attract these things, but he's playing with this toy like he doesn't have a goddamn care in the world. Just bleed, 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 bleed. And so then the sister, we find out in this scene that she's actually deaf, right? And everybody's kind of like looking behind her like, yo, some stuff is going down right now. But she doesn't really seem to realize because she can't hear it. She can't hear the toy going off behind her. So she is sitting there. She turns around. She sees that the thing is going off. Dad's running, trying to catch the kid. But then at the Dad's like, I want to say maybe a little bit more than an arm's reach away from the kid. And I mean, that little grab, that little... I'm gonna confuse the snatchoids and graboids. The little snatchoid just plucks that little just plucks him up. I mean, plucks him up and starts. I'm guessing eating the kid literally in front of the parents, because I had to readjust because they have these little plates on their heads that open up. And then there's like a giant ear canal. There's like a gigantic ear canal within those plates that helps them hear. But that also houses like their teeth. I don't think they have noses. They don't. That's the only thing they have. So then, little baby son of a son he's gone. He's just dead. Like he's just gone. And I guess as a parent, you're gonna. I don't want to say I guess as a parent. As a parent, you're going to feel horrible about this. You're going to feel absolutely horrible. But this could have been avoided because he knows the rules. The little kid knows the rules. When we are outside, you cannot make a ton of sound. But guess what? What does he do? He makes a gigantic amount of sound. It's just a tiny little toy, but I mean, it makes so much noise, and so after that, the family, I'm guessing, is devastated. Man, this mic is really good. Must be my upstairs neighbors. They're getting their clip clops on, So then he's dead. He's done. And then about a year later, they're still surviving. They're still chilling out, killing it, keeping it cash, keeping it quiet. Because now, if they weren't really scared before, they're extremely scared now. Because now they know, okay, yeah, we really got to keep this quiet up in here. So now they're in their, I guess they're living on like a plot of land that they must have found. There's like all of these corn silos around. Jim's taking his like home defense system to like a whole new level. He's got like the thing. He's got that going. And then he's got camera set up. He's got, I'm guessing that was infrared. He's got the lights. He's got lights set up all across the thing, but I don't know what the lights. I don't know what the lights would do to the monsters. The lights were more of a signal for the kids, for the kids and for the family, for people, I guess, walking through. They don't really pass too many other people in this too, because I'm guessing that they've all died horrific deaths. But so they're trying to get on with their lives, and then the dad's like, okay, we're gonna go on I guess an expedition. He takes little little junior son of a bitch, not baby son of a bitch, because baby son of a bitch is dead. He takes little junior son of a bitch with him to a river because he's like, we're gonna go on an expedition. But then the girl, she's like, scrub, I want to come too. I want to go on the expedition. Dad's like, nah, you stay here. You help mom. He also shows her a earpiece, hearing aid that he's made for her because she is deaf. He's trying to get her to hear. He's trying, and she's like, Dad, look, you got to give this up. I'm deaf. I'm always going to be deaf. I'm not going to hear. And he's trying to do it more so out of fatherly love, and he wants her to hear. But then I'm thinking to her, she's probably like, I don't want to hear anything. If I don't hear sound, maybe I can't make sound. Because if I couldn't hear, maybe I would want to hear. Maybe I wouldn't want to hear, because I'm thinking I'm guessing she was about, I want to say 20. Damn, no, she's about like 13, 14. I want to say 14 to 15, right? She's about 14 to 15, and she's just thinking to herself, no, don't want to hear. I'm fine. Because I'm guessing if she's been like that her whole life, she's probably thinking, I don't really. It's not necessary for me to hear anything else at this point. So she's like, Dad, screw you. You're not going to take me. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm not going to go. So then the dad takes the kid to the river, and he's trying to catch, I guess they're catching some food, but little junior son of a bitch is scared of everything at this point. The slightest little bit of sound, he's like, oh, nope. Dad, we got to get out of here. Slightest sound. They put a fish on a rock. The fish slipped off and got away. And I mean, that kid went into a full-on panic attack. I'm surprised they didn't have to like settle him down or something like that. So he then explains to the dad, Jim explains to little junior son of a bitch that, hey, the sound of the babbling brook is enough that it's just like a minuscule sound, so they've wrote it off as, there's no food here, there's no people here, so we're fine here. Little junior is kind of just like, no, I kind of still don't believe you. So then he takes them to this waterfall, and they're up by the waterfall, and then Jim lets out this Jim scream, or something like that, and he's like, little junior son of a bitch is like, yo, Dad, I love you, but that's fucked up. Why would you do that to me? Like, seriously, that's real messed up. But then eventually, young junior son of a bitch is like, yeah, man, that's cool. I'm gonna start screaming, and then they have a real heart-to-heart talk about sister son of a bitch, about how he asked Jim, do you still love sister son of a bitch? And he's like, of course. And he's like, well, maybe you should tell her that. To which makes me think, in this entire, I'm guessing, year that's gone by, they've talked about it, but they haven't really addressed it. They haven't really said, like, yo, little sister son of a bitch, I forgot little Katie, I'm disheartened that my little son died, but I am not trying. I don't blame you for what happened to him, because let's be honest, this was nothing but his fault. This was all his fault. If he didn't take the freaking thingamajigger, if he didn't take the thing, he'd still be alive. And that's the realest of real talk at the heart of it right there. If he didn't take it, if the sister was just like, no, come on, move on, he'd still be alive. Nobody seems to want to do that. But okay, next thing, they're off doing their own thing. And then Katie also decides that, you know what, screw this. I'm not gonna sit here like some sort of punk bitch person. And she decides she's gonna go to I guess they created a memorial of where she got her brother killed. where she got her brother killed. It's a little something to where she got her brother killed. And the thing is, she brings back the she brings back the astronaut thing. I don't even know where she found another one. Because I feel like, why would you bring that? She brings it back to them, to the site, places it like this little cross thing, and then they're kind of, she lays down to be with, I guess, her brother, and mom doesn't know that Katie has left because she's just going about her business, doing her own thing, chilling, right? So she's at home chilling, and then she's in the basement, I guess hanging up clothes, doing laundry, and guess what? She goes into I didn't even say basically a year after their son gets mauled by one of these like things. They decide, let's bring a whole nother baby into this world. They said, you know what? It's cool. Let's bring a whole nother one in here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just, I guess they've been prepping to bring this baby in. But what happens is she's in the basement. She's going into labor, correct? But what she didn't realize is that while doing the laundry, she pulls a nail. Like, this is the weirdest. It's the weirdest construction that I've ever seen, because the nail it looked like they nailed it through the bottom of the step, because when she goes up the step, she's got a burlap sack, and the burlap sack gets caught on the nail. That's the part that not the head that you tap on, but the part that goes into the wood. It was folded over on the top of the step. Who put this nail? Whoever's made this house, that's the one flaw that almost got her killed. So she didn't realize that she put the nail in there. So she's trying to walk back up the steps, correct? And then boom, left foot goes right into the nail. Think Home Alone, but the nail wasn't as big. Because the nail in Home Alone, that joint would have went clear through his foot. That was one of the longest nails that I think I've seen. And I mean, like, it was crazy. So the next thing that happens is she's, crying. She's sobbing. And she makes like a tiny noise. I kind of forget what exactly the noise was, but it was the tiniest of noises. So then she's sitting there, she's crying. There's nobody in the house to help her. Not a single person is there who can help her. She makes a tiny noise, and then this is when you finally see what did I call them? The staboid? I can't remember. Okay, I'll call them staboids now, because I don't think I called them staboids before. Sliceoids. Okay, the thing that cuts the people up heard it from like a mile or two away. These things got hearing like you wouldn't believe, which makes me believe that even if they lived next to the waterfall or next to the river, like, boom, it would still be able to function and pick out that sound and be like, oh, okay, well, no, that's the river, that's a human meat sack ready for consumption. But she makes the noise. The next thing that happens is they're like descending on her. She's chilling. She's trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And it gets to a point where it's like dark. I feel like they left when Jim and little Junior SonofABitch left for the fishing trip. It was like maybe like 2:30. Now it's like dark. Everybody's at home, and it's dark. All the graboids are coming. She is by herself, and then she goes they come into the basement. She makes some noise that can distract them, but she also is able to alert Jim out in the woods that something's wrong, because the lights that Jim put up in, like, when after the sun died, is the lights are green at night when everything's good, and red at night when everything's bad. So he's like, little Junior SonofABitch, we need to make noise. We need to make a lot of noise to draw them away from the house. So little junior son of a bitch is like, Dad, you're crazy. There's no way I'm walking off into this little farm area, these little husks of corn that we got by myself. So he leaves to go by himself. He sets off these, Jim's in the house. Emily's upstairs. She's in the tub. Her water breaks while she's in the tub, while the snatchoids slice, whatever the oids are, while these oids are in the house. And then she's in the tub trying not to make any noise. And then her water breaks. Next thing that happens is the snatchoids are they're right in the house. They are right in the house, and they are just climbing up the stairs, tearing stuff up, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Next thing you know, it's like she's like, it seems like 2 seconds away from having this baby. And the one thing that I do not seem to appreciate in all of these movies where pregnancy is like a thing that has to be rushed, like, the volcano's exploding, we have to get this baby out of you right now. Oh, my water just broke. And then literally 30 seconds later, the baby just pops out of you. I don't know, in the history of pregnancy, if there was a pregnancy that's lasted 30 seconds from water breaking to baby breaching to baby being completely out of you. They make it seem like it's just like as soon as your water breaks, it's like a path is opened up, and it's just like, oh, baby, which we all know. Those of us who have had babies who have been in a waiting room with the mother, how much walking goes into it, how much waiting, how much back rubbing goes into it, how many ice chips you have to go get, the smells, the sounds, the sights. They make it seem like you could just if you were alone by yourself in a tub, in a house, getting stalked by snatchoids, you will be able to have this baby in 10 seconds flat. As soon as the water breaks, boom, water breaks, mucus plug, done. You're out of here. You know what I mean? But that is not how it happens. But as soon as she's going, like, she's having this crazy contraction and the baby's coming, she lets out a wail, like a wail that comes out, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, yep, she's gone. So then the fireworks go off, and all of the graboids, snatch, whatever these things are, they run outside because little junior son of a bitch has done his job, set off these fireworks that they have to draw the graboids away, snatchoids, grab the oids away from the house. So then Jim goes into the house. He's being super sneaky and stealthy. He's walking through, and he goes upstairs, and then he goes to the tub, and then what does he find? He finds a bathtub full of blood. And you're thinking to yourself, damn, he's lost Pam, he's lost Cece and BB, or whatever that other kid's name was, and now he's also lost Emily. You know, and then he's sitting there, and he himself is trying not to lose it. He's getting red, he's holding it in, and the next thing, it seems like he's about to scream, and then the next thing you know, there's a boom, there's a hand on the shower across the way from the bathtub. Emily's in there. She got herself out. Once they left, dragged herself over there. So then Jim takes her all the way into the basement, where he's created a underground room that is soundproof. To which I reply, why not make a room that's big enough for everybody to be soundproof in? Why would you not soundproof your house? You see what I'm saying? Why would you soundproof just one room instead of the whole thing? So then he takes her down there. That's when it comes in that she's like, oh God, where's the rest of the kids? And he's like, well, you know, they're out there. I'm pretty sure they're fine. They know what to do when there's an emergency. She's like, I could have held little baby son of a bitch. I could have held him. My hands were empty, and I could have held him. But I keep saying to myself why is little junior son of a bitch walking in the back? If you got a 7-year-old, if there's any parent on here who might be listening to this, if you're there and you're listening and you're walking through a store with your kids and there's, I want to say under 10, there's no way he's walking behind me. I don't even let my son walk behind me because A, there's a lot of weirdos out here. B, he likes to stop and he likes to touch everything. He's got to put his hands on. Because he sees us looking at stuff and we're looking at it for, we might purchase it. He's looking at it just to be like, I got to pick something up too. I need to look at something. I need to pick something up. So why would you have him? If you're the matriarch, I think I got that right. No, the patriarch. If you're the patriarch of the family, wouldn't you have everybody walk in front of you so that you could see what's happening? And then you're going to be the quiet one. So if anything tries to sneak up behind you, that ain't happening. That ain't the way of the world, So it's going to make me sound like a real butthole, but I don't give a shit that kid died. It was his fault. And yeah, the sister should feel a little bit guilty about it too, because guess what? You got him killed, lady. You should have just listened to Dad. Should have listened to Jim. Okay. How many paper sales did he make? He didn't get to be assistant regional manager or whatever that thing was next to Michael by happenstance, by chance. You feel me? But, it is what it is. So he goes off to search for, the kids. The mom, she's asleep in the underground bunker waiting for him. She goes to sleep with the kid. They put the kid in a soundproof box that they have to put an oxygen mask on him for because he's going to cry. He's the newest little baby son of a bitch who's making things difficult. But what she doesn't know is that a pipe has burst and that the basement is also starting to flood. So in the midst of all this, when the fireworks go off, we find little sister son of a bitch. Guess what? Guess where she is? She is asleep. She's asleep at the freaking grave, whatever, of the little baby son of a bitch, and she's thinking to her. She wakes up, she hears those fireworks, right? And I'm wondering to myself, when you're sleeping, I know people are. I don't know if everybody snores, but I feel like if I had to say of the people in the world, if we're going down 100%, 85% of them are in a do a snore type of thing. A snore type. I guess I'll say 85% of people in the world snore. She's laying in the middle of the woods by herself, with all of these snatchoids running around, just sleeping. Just sleeping. I got the idiocy of these people upsets me to know. And the only smart ones were pretty much, I don't think any of them were that smart. But she runs back to the place. She runs into little junior son of a bitch, and they get safe on top of one of those silos that they live by in the beginning. So they're sitting up there, they're chilling, they light a fire up there so that they can let their dad know that they're okay, they're surviving, blah 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 blah. But once they're on top, a hatch door for the silo, which I don't understand why. Well, I guess you can understand why you would need a hatch door, because I guess if you fill the silo all the way up to the top, you got to get in there and get your corn first. So they're chilling there. He falls through the hatch into the corn, and this corn just acts like straight up quicksand, and it's getting ready to swallow this kid. Sister son of a bitch jumps in, and they hang on into the silo by this door. The trap door at the top that fell. For some reason, he falls through, and it comes off the hinges. It falls through. They stand on top of that thing. So they're in there, and guess who hears them? A slashoid hears it, rolls into the silo, and tries to kill him. So before little sister son of a bitch leaves to go on her own expedition, she takes the hearing aid that Jim has been working on. She puts it on. It's in her ear. She's chilling outside, so she can hear a bit of everything that's going on in her life. So I guess just for this expedition, so she's chilling. The hell? That's weird. Okay, so she's chilling, and they're in this. She's got the thing on. They're in the silo. The thing gets real close to them. They turn the door over to protect themselves from the snatchoid that's in there. And think of Jurassic Park, where the T-Rex is trying to get through the glass at the kids. And let's be honest, that thing would have broke through that glass real quick and killed those kids. But they're hanging on to the silo. But the snatchoid's real close to them. And then her earpiece starts going haywire. It's me. It doesn't sound like that. I can't make the frequency noises, but and it's making the noise, and it repels the thing away. Like, it punches a hole in the side of the silo and gets its way out. Now, to any sensible person, any kind of sensible person, this would have been I guess, idea, maybe, I don't know, an idea or some sort of inkling that, hey, something happened where it came near us. No, because you have to understand, because the thing, when it got close to her, it went ee, and then when it got louder, the closer it got, and then it went away, right? So, she's kind of just like, oh, no, no big deal. So then they get out of the silo, and then they reunite with the dad. But then the creature returns, and it's attacking them. They run to a car. They reunite with the dad. The thing attacks them. The dad's trying to fight it off, and it looks like it's about to kill dad. But then little junior son of a bitch, as he's run to the truck to get away from danger, he's making noise in the truck. He's like, yada, 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 blah, 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 beeping the horn and stuff like that. So then they're in the truck. The dad gets up, and he's looking in the truck, and you could tell he's like, I must make the ultimate sacrifice. This is my moment. He has to make. I'm not sure why I made him sound like Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he's sitting there, and he's trying. He's making like I said, the ultimate sacrifice. The dad is, he tells. Oh my goodness. And since I did that, let me go ahead and just get a swig of water. Or Gatorade while I'm at it. I'm sorry if that was loud on the mic. But, oh God. I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there to anyone. If you like Gatorade, I wouldn't try Arctic Blitz. It's not going to taste like you think. I thought it was going to taste like a different flavored blue of Gatorade, but it doesn't taste like that flavored blue Gatorade. It's a false advertisement, because they made it that color blue, but then they didn't make it that flavor blue, and it's quite upsetting. It's quite upsetting. So then the dad is the kids, the snatchoid's attacking the truck that little junior son of a bitch and sister son of a bitch are in, and the dad's like, look, he's looking directly at little sister son of a bitch. He's like, look, I loved you. I have always loved you. I will always love you forever and ever. Amen. All that stuff. And then he makes this like, I can't do it because I don't want to scream. I don't want to scream too loud. But it was a pretty funny scream. It was a pretty funny scream, but it was not that funny because of of the situation that it was pertaining to. But he's chilling and waiting to die. The thing comes over, kills him. Little junior son of a bitch pops the e-brake. They roll the truck down the hill. Mom comes outside and it's like, okay, I got you, because she saw the whole thing unfold. Because she gets up, she's waiting, looking for the kids. She's looking for the kids, and because she just went through her whole little ordeal, because the like I said before, the basement had flooded. And then the I guess the baby box that they put the baby in, it was floating, and then in their little, somehow I guess the monsters heard the water pouring into the little underground room. So they come into the underground room. She's chilling with the baby. She wakes up and realizes that the thing is flooded, the baby's floating, and the monster's getting real close. And if that baby just screams, it's about to die. So she gets in the water, she takes it, she gets out, and then she goes into their little basement room where they have all the cameras, the security system set up. So she has to see her man die. So she not only had to see her child die, she had to see her man die within the same year. Which is not a good thing. So then they reunite with mom at the farmhouse. She brings everybody into the basement. She sees all the work that her father has done trying to figure out what's going on with, how to beat these things, how he's been testing the CB radio, how many hearing aids he's been trying to make for her. He made like a good, I want to say 7, 8 by hand that he was soldering together in a little basement. But the creature, they then see a creature returns into the basement. You know what I'm saying? It gets close to her again. No, here's the other thing. The creature got close again to the truck, and her thing went off again, and she still didn't realize that was a key to fighting these things. Stupid sister son of a bitch. Jim didn't have to die. All she had to do was maybe get out of the car and kind of walk towards the thing. The pressure from the earpiece would have overloaded its circuits and drove the whole freaking thing away. But she didn't. She did not get that even a little bit. She didn't even think about that. She just thought, oh wait, this thing's going haywire. No big deal. NBD, no big effing deal. And she just kind of malaises about, like, okay, we got lucky twice when this same thing that happened the first time that made him run away happened the second time and made him go crazy and run away. So finally the third time when they're in the basement and he comes and he's in this, they're in the same room, he starts going ape shig, right? So then it's like, she takes the thing out of her ear. She puts it next to this microphone that her dad has that blasts through all these speakers. His head starts bubbling up, and his flaps, I guess I want to call them the flaps from the snatchoid, were permanently open. They were permanently open, and mom takes a shotgun and blows his freaking head out. So the next thing they know, it shows a bunch of other creatures coming to the house, and mom gets into, so little sister son of a bitch turns up the volume for the microphone all the way to an 11, and she rips the knob off, and then mom cocks the shotgun and she's like, let's kill these bitches. She turns into Emily Blunt from Die Another Day. Not Die Another Day. Take Another Day. She turned into Emily Blunt from the movie with little guy. I'm gonna say little guy Tom Cruise, because through my stroke of luck, he would hear this and then come over and sue my ass. But she's in the little movie with Edge of Tomorrow. She comes in to Edge of Tomorrow, and then next thing you know, she cocks the gun, fades to black, movie's over. Which was a real letdown, because you wanted to see them fight just a bit more now that they knew what was happening. You wanted to see them kind of like go out into the world and try to like spread the knowledge of like, hey, the frequency from this thing like kills these things' brain cells. I don't even know if they have brain cells. But then it leaves you wanting more, because they don't really explain too much. They don't explain where they came from. They don't explain how they got there. They don't explain how they overthrew the military. And what I don't like is that they made these things super impenetrable. They made them seem like they were really hard to kill. But all they really needed to do was like provide a little bit of static. And then it also makes it seem like if these things overthrew the world, did we not like have like some? I know we have not Gatling. Yeah, we have Gatling guns, rail guns. We've got missiles and Tomahawk missiles and heat-seeking missiles. We've got acid. We've got napalm. All of those did not work against these things. We were just like, yo, they don't die with bullets. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for us. If we can't shoot it with the bullet, we're done. We're dead. We can't figure it out. We're dead. And then I also wanted to see them emerging. I wanted to see them taking over. But it's already, I think they've already greenlit it for a sequel. So they'll probably figure all that out in the next one. Or they'll probably follow another family. But, I mean, all in all, I would give this a high rating. I'd give it a 3/4 bag of popcorn. 3/4 bag of popcorn, not a full bag of popcorn. You know, so because it left so much open in it that I wanted to explore. That I wanted them to explore. You know what I mean? And it hit all the good tense cues because when I was in the movie theater, in the parts where you had to be, where everybody had to be very quiet, and everything got very silent, and you had to be so quiet. I wasn't even trying to chew my popcorn. Like, I was not even trying to take a sip of my drink. I was not trying to chew my popcorn. I was not trying to move in my seat. Because it made you, the movie brought something onto you that made you feel like, yo, you also cannot be loud while this is going on. Because if they're trying to be quiet, you need to be quiet too. You felt like if you made a noise, something was going to pop out of the crowd and slice you up. Because these things were like, the closest thing I could compare them to would be, take the giant praying mantis from Attack of the Clones, when they were in that pit, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme, when they were in that pit, and take the top half off, right? And put the arms on the bottom half, and they crawled around like that. But then they looked like they were burnt, like they had skin burns all over their body. And picture those. And I wanted to see just a bit more. If they could have added like maybe another 20 minutes onto that movie, and maybe them just like clearing out a bunch of them things. Because in the next one, what I'm expecting all three of them to just be like seasoned vets. Like this movie was seasons 1 through 3 of The Walking Dead, and by the time this next sequel comes, they're like seasoned vets. They're not scared of these things. They're like, I'll walk up, just, you know how they just walk up and Walking Dead, and they just right in the forehead, not even scary anymore, just right in the forehead. Come up to him, right in the back of the neck. Come up right to him, right in the side of the head. No problem, just doing it, just getting it done. And that's I guess that's all you can ask for, really. Because you want to see them grow from the next one. You don't want to, because honestly, I'm also probably expecting another baby in the next one, because these people seem stupid enough to bring on. That is my biggest question. My biggest question in all of this: why would, after your first one dies, why would you bring another one in? Why would you? You know that you need. You know that you need to be quiet in this world. So you're going to bring in one of the noisiest little things that you can. That doesn't care if it's noisy or not. You can't explain to a baby, hey man, you really gotta be quiet, or you're gonna get mommy, daddy, and everybody sliced up like some holiday ham. You know, can you keep it down? I know you don't know what the dark is yet, and you're scared, and you really don't know what scared is yet, but you really, really, really gotta be quiet. Why would you have another baby? Do they not have the pull-out method in this post-apocalyptic world? Do they not have any plan Bs left? Do they not have any condoms? Huh? Put a rubber glove over your ding dang and then go in there, or play the back nine. But you really gotta keep it loose. I don't want to say loose. I don't want to say loose. You don't want to keep it loose, but you gotta make better decisions in that. And this was a whole movie of bad decisions. Bad decisions by little baby son of a bitch, sister son of a bitch. I'll say dad son of a bitch, junior son of a bitch, and mom. They didn't really make too many mistakes, but they did what they could. But like I said, all in all, three quarter bag of popcorn, almost all the way to the top. If you want to go see it, it's still in theaters. I'd also recommend you go see Avengers Infinity War. I might do a review of that, but I want to give it a couple more, maybe another week or so before I put that out, because I don't want I haven't seen it yet. If you don't see the movie the first weekend, you can't complain about spoilers. You really can't. I know it's like, oh, I can't make it on those times. I can't because I gotta work. Well, then you gotta stay off the internet. You gotta stay off Facebook, because guess what? I found out spoilers for The Force Awakens when I was in an NFL group on Facebook. There was just a picture of Han Solo with a freaking lightsaber in his chest. I was so angry, and it was like a whole day, I want to say a whole 3 days before, because I had to go see it on a Sunday. It came out that Thursday. I was being stupid. I was on the internet Friday on Facebook. I opened up the thing. I thought they were going to be talking about football. Next thing I know, boom! Han Solo with that face looking dead. But, go see this movie. Go see A Quiet Place. Go see Avengers, because it's going to hurt your freaking soul. And if I could give my one shout out for this little mini, or it wasn't mini, this joint's almost an hour. If I could give any shouts out for this podcast, I'd like to give a shout out to just nice people in general. Just nice people in general who are doing nice things for people. You know what? I'll give it a nice guy. James Shaw Jr., the guy who stopped the Waffle House. He didn't stop him, but he did a hero thing. He did what he could when he could at that Waffle House, and lives were lost, but lives were also saved through his heroics. So, like to see Trump do that, but he's a real American hero. He's raised money for the shooting victims for the funerals. I don't know why no other famous people have maybe stepped up to help him with that, but that's cool. That's their money. They can do what they want. But I'll see you guys next time with more podcasts about everything. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook and Instagram. Hit us up on SoundCloud. That's what I'm everywhere. I'm like pollen, baby. I'm like pollen. You like, damn, it's gone, but nope, back on your car. I'm everywhere. But you guys take it easy. Peace.